Hello and welcome to another episode of X82's Reviews. And this episode is a special one because I am reviewing a game with one of my best friends. So please welcome to the X82's Review show for the first time, M8t5!
G'day guys, M8t5 here. Thanks for inviting me, X82, and I'm ready to review. So what are we reviewing anyways?
Well, I'm glad you asked because in this episode we're gonna review Rocket League for the PlayStation 4 and the PC. Are you ready for some football? Or soccer, as you Americans call it, with cars. We are too, but first, cue intro.
X82's Reviews.
So, Rocket League. Just like with Right to Hell Retribution, the game I fucking hate, I heard about this game from Angry Joe, and by the way, M8t5, that was the last time I ever gonna have a bet with you.
Oh come on, you secretly loved the game, admit it.
No, I did not. That game was a piece of shit and it should burn in the pits of hell itself. Anyways, after watching Angry Joe's review of Rocket League, I just bought it right away, and it was very well worth it. So let's not delay this review any further, and let's get started. So let's start with the presentation, since there is no story. It is good. The graphics are very colorful and very well detailed. Except the cars. The graphics on the cars, in my opinion, look a little bit pixelated. The sound department is top notch. The music is good and it fits for this kind of game. And the sound effects are great, especially the boost sound effect. So that is my opinion about the presentation, but what do you think about the presentation, M8t5?
I completely agree, X82. The game features beautifully vibrant stadiums that make you feel like you're a part of something huge. I didn't mind the cars so much, and I like that they can be customized with new wheels, decals, boost effects, colors, and even hats to make the car feel more personal. So not only are there beautiful daytime stadiums, but also nighttime stadiums, and I especially loved the levels that feature rain, which looks fantastic at high speed. And of course, the electronic pop soundtrack fits into the game perfectly to make you feel like you're part of an amazing event.
I have to agree, the rain effect is also great in my opinion. So that's our opinion about the presentation. But what about the gameplay? The most important aspect of the game? Well, let's find out how good the gameplay is. First off, the controls are good if you're using a controller. The keyboard and mouse combination is okay at best. This is how the controls work. You accelerate and brake with the triggers, and you can use the A button for jumping, and you can even do a double jump by pressing the A button a second time in the air. Keep in mind, I'm listing the controls with the controller. The X button is used for drifting, and if you press the X button in the air, you can do a barrel roll. And no, it is not called an aileron roll. I don't care what the fuck game theory says. The B button is used for the boost, and you can keep track of your boost at the lower right corner of the screen. The Y button is used to toggle a ball cam, which will follow the ball instead of just, well, centering the camera, which I don't like using. The LB button is used for viewing the stats of the match, and the RB button is used for voice chat. The controls works so well that it's the best choice to use the controller. The actual game is just like what you would get if you play football with cars. Fucking chaotic mayhem! And the best part is that there is no rules, so you can drive on walls and even on the ceiling if you have enough speed, and you can destroy other opponents if you are at high speed with boost. The game also supports local 4-player split screen on both platforms, which is really awesome. Thank you, Psyonix! The game also has online multiplayer, which is fun, and the single player mode is also fun, but not as fun as multiplayer in my opinion. The game also supports cross-platform play, which means I can play the multiplayer on my PC against other people that has the PlayStation 4 version, which is fucking brilliant. So that is my opinion, and now I wanna hear yours, M8t5.
So of course, I played the game on PlayStation 4, and the controls are tight, responsive and satisfying to use. That results in a game that anybody can play, but features more advanced techniques that are difficult to master. I love the laws of physics in Rocket League, being able to drive up walls of the arena and pitch, roll and yaw freely while airborne. You can run over plates on the floor of the arena to charge your boost, which is incredibly useful and needs to be used at just the right time to get an edge over your rivals, and you can even fly using boost. Matches are chaotic, especially in 4 vs 4 modes, as all the cars just go for the ball at once and end up in collisions. Personally, I enjoyed 4 vs 4 the most, as I usually sit back and wait for the perfect opening, but if it's not your cup of tea, you can make things more personal with a 2 vs 2 or even 1-on-1 match. I love the multiple camera angles that you can toggle between, either behind the car or focusing on the ball, and this camera is great, especially if you lose track of the ball, but playing like this can make you lose sense of where you are. I'm quite disappointed that the only game modes are the tutorials and versus matches, which are all the same in exhibition, online multiplayer and tournament mode. I would have loved some variety to mix things up, some quirky game modes for a quirky game, because playing versus mode over and over again can get pretty tiring. But anyways, more games with split screen is always a plus, but what I am really impressed with is that the game is cross-platform with PC, so you can play together on different systems. To me, this is the future, where we can all play together no matter what system you use. It is my dream, and this definitely is a step in the right direction.
I agree with you 100%. The battle modes are fun, especially 4 vs 4 players, which is chaotic as fuck. So that is our opinion about the gameplay. In conclusion, I really like this game and it is becoming one of my favorite sports game ever, if you can even call it that. But before I give my final rating for this game, I want to hear your thoughts, M8t5.
So overall, Rocket League is one of the most entertaining sports games I've ever played, and can appeal to everyone. I mean, I don't even like sport games. But honestly, this sequel doesn't feel that much different from the PS3 original. Supersonic, acrobatic, rocket-powered battle cars, which I checked out before writing my review, and the game features a lot of features that Rocket League also does. Rocket League is, of course, a better looking, more polished and fleshed out game of the original. But then again, Rocket League doesn't add anything new, but somehow is a smashing success over the first game. But anyways, on its own, Rocket League is a fun and accessible game with competitive online matches and challenging offline bots. The game benefits from addicting gameplay and tight controls, but honestly, in the end, I was left wanting more game modes and a more fleshed out single player experience. So in the end, I reward Rocket League an 8 out of 10. But what did you think, X82?
Well, I agree with you with that the single player was a little bit lacking, but the game is so much fun that I don't even care. But I, for one, give Rocket League the final rating of the full 10 out of 10. The game is so amazing that even with all the little problems it does not matter at all. And you should all buy this game and buy the PlayStation 3 predecessor. Maybe I should get that one first before Rocket League. Anyway, so thank you M8t5 for joining me on this review. It was an honor to have you on this review, and I hope that we we'll do this again sometime. Maybe with Kingdom Hearts 3? Wishful thinking. So, please go check out his channel. I will put a link to his channel right over here. And so you can go check out his channel and subscribe to his channel. The same link is in the description as well. So, until next time, this is X82
And M8t5
saying goodbye for now, and we will see you on the next review. Bye bye!